My hair is wilding today. But yeah, I was supposed to go to the shopping mall with my sister. We didn't end up going because it's a bit late and the shops are gonna close soon, and I napped because I was so tired. And yeah, I'm probably just gonna clean my room a tiny bit, tidy up, shower. I'm thinking about cutting my hair really soon, guys, because okay, let me show you from a different angle what it looks like right now and why I want to cut it. Okay, so it's pretty long right now, right? It reaches all the way down to, let me stand up or sit all the way back here. It reaches down, this is my belly button. So basically my belly button at the front, and the back is like, I don't know, somewhere above my ass. But I mean, I didn't even brush it today. This is how it looks like. Just woke up again. But guys, it's way too long. When I sleep, I'm laying on it with my elbow, with my arms, and I just pull my hair out, and it's really annoying. Also, it's just really thick and it's really heavy. It's so heavy, like I can't even explain. Whenever I have it up in a ponytail, it hurts my head. Like it pulls back so hard, I can't even have a ponytail. And I just want cute, my hair cute again. Plus, you must wonder why this is like this. You must wonder what happened there. Well, let me tell you something. Let's begin at the beginning. First, I had money pieces. So I did my hair like this. And I had two long strokes at the front, like this. And they were blonde, like very blonde. But those were long strokes, like it would reach all the way down to hair. And then at some point I was like, oh, I want like the whole front to be blonde for some reason. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. So like everything from here till up here, this whole part, I was like, oh, I want this, you see, like that. And I was like, oh, I want this another color. So I tried to bleach it on my own. And then, because I had to go, I had to wash my hair, and it was orange. Okay, it was actually orange because I took it out way too soon. Because before that, I did the money pieces myself, and it looked really good. So what happened is I rushed to a hairdresser, and I was like, oh my God, help me. I called her. I was like, this and this happened. I already dyed it one time, like yesterday, and now it looks like this, and I need it fixed because I have a meeting today. She's like, sure, just come over. I'm gonna fix it for you. You know what fucking happened? She took the whole part, right? And she put her own little bleach mix on it. I don't know what happened. And she let it be there. And I was like, it hurts a bit. Like, it hurts my scalp a tiny bit. Like, it's starting to hurt. She's like, oh, no, that's normal. Like, bleach is supposed to hurt a tiny bit. Like, it's going to happen. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. If you say so, Like, I told you it hurts. And she's like, yeah, no, don't worry about it. Just sit it out, and I'm going to just come check up on you, like, once in a while. And I sat there, like, for a very long time, okay? Like, I think 20, 30, 40 minutes, maybe even 50 minutes. Like, I don't remember. And at some point, it burned so much, like, my whole skin, like, around here. It burned so much, I start tearing up. Like, I was like, hey, I don't know if this is normal, but it hurts really a lot. And then she looked at like the little foil it was in, and it was like smoking. It was smoking. It was like, you like you heard it, and I was like, fuck no. And she opened it, and she didn't say anything, right? She's like, oh, okay, I have to wash it out. I'm like, okay. And then she just washed it, and when she put water on my head, like on my scalp here, it would hurt so much. And I was like, that's not normal. Like, that's not good. And she tried to dry it, and then I saw like she did this, and like my whole hair was coming out, and it was like really light, okay? Like the hair was really light. Obviously it was dead. And she just like pulled it, and all of my hair just fell out, and I was like, no, there's no way. She's like, like even at that point she didn't say anything. She's like, oh yeah, it's just a bit damaged. And I was like, no, fuck no, this is like not good. And I looked into the mirror, and because the places were so light, right? The hair was so light, I could see like blood, and my scalp, like everything was red. Like the whole area was all red. Like I was bleeding. It was an open wound on my head, and I was like, there is no fucking way this is happening. And I was just like so in shock. I didn't really know what to do. She's like, oh, you know, I think it's a bit damaged, and yeah, you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for it. And I'm like, girl, you better just put black paint in it or something, like black dye. I just want to back black. I don't fucking care about anything. She's like, yeah, let's do that. And then she put like another dye in there that wasn't black, and I had to tell her it wasn't black. She's like, yeah, it's black. And then she looked again. She's like, oh no, that's not black. Sorry. And then she washed it again, and then she put black dye in my hair when it was damaged. It was so damaged. It was like elastic spaghetti. Like you would do this and it would just break. And I was like, okay, that's the only thing I want right now. I just want it not reverse, because obviously it's not gonna reverse it, but I just want it to be less visible. And especially like the wounds up here, it was crazy. I literally had chemical burning wounds on my head. And she's like, oh yeah, let's do that. And then she did that, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna try to, you know, dry it. But obviously every time when she went through it with the brush, my hair would fall out. Like it would just break immediately. And I was like, no, just don't do that. Like just stop. And she would not even be like really calm with it, you know? And then in between she would cut other people, and she was like in such a rush and blah blah blah. And she was like, yeah, if I were you, I would just cut it shorter, so you would have like bangs. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that. And then I took my own hair, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna cut it like how I think what is gonna work, you know? Like, obviously I didn't trust her anymore. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna just cut it like this, like, so it's like, you know, it falls, because it was way shorter. It was literally, when you have your hair, it was literally burned until like here, at least here. Like this is what was left that was like okay. It wasn't good, but it was okay. Like that part wouldn't fall off if you would pull it. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then on this side, I just panicked. I don't know, like I sat there, I just panicked, and I just started cutting. Like I just started cutting it short, and I cut it short like until here. Like it was short until then, there. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But then on this side, like here, I also cut it short. You see, like it's longer now because it's been a while. But you can still see that it's, well, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's still very much dead at the end, because this was the part that was really dead. See? And then here on this side, I refused to cut it short like the other side because I didn't want to have like, I didn't want to look fucking weird. So this side I let it, like, I just left it. And I was like, I'm just gonna have damaged hair, but then I'm gonna just leave it like that, whatever. And I was like, you'll hear from me. Like, I started to bawl. Like, I put my hair up. I was like, it's survival mode, okay? She's like, oh, you don't have to pay. And I'm like, no, of course not. And then I put like my hair up because it was wet. Like, she didn't dry a tiny bit because I told her like, stop, just stop touching my hair. And I put it up in a clip, and you didn't really see anything on the outside, okay? And I just said, you'll hear from me. And I just started walking towards my car, like crying. And I was like, no, this is not happening. And I went back home, and then I showered again. I washed my hair like real good, and I tried to blow dry it. And it hurt my scalp so much, like where it was burned. And I called the doctor, and I was like, oh my God, this happened. And I have like chemical burns on my head right now. And they're like, oh, like, I'm so sorry, but this and this you have to do, and don't put anything like that's hot on there anymore. Just let it be, let it heal. And I'm like, okay, fine. And so this side was cut short. I still have pictures somewhere, but I have to find it. If I can find it, I'll show you guys like at the end of the video. If I don't have pictures, then I don't, if I can't find it. But it was so short. Like, this one was like short up until like here. I think it was like sticking out like that, and it was short. So what I did is, because I had a little bit of longer hair on this side. It wasn't that long, but it was still longer. It was like the length of this, I think. And what I did is I pulled everything to this side. Damn. I pulled everything to that side, and I did like, and I brushed it like a tiny bit like that. It didn't look that weird. I brushed it like a bit of yeah, like this is what I looked like this. And then I would clip this like, okay, it looks a bit weird on the top, but it was like this. And I clipped this so you wouldn't see anything. You wouldn't see the wounds, you wouldn't see like the little parts that were like sticking out. I had to do that for a while, okay? Because it was fucking crazy. My hair was fucking crazy. And then after I was like, fuck, I'm never gonna fucking dye it again. And I only dyed it black one more time because the color was fading, and it was like getting like really brown, especially when I would have to like blow dry it, it would like change color. And so I redyed it one more time, and I was like, okay, after this I'm not gonna do it anymore. And then, guys, I bet you think I'm so stupid, but after I was like, you know what, I fucked my hair up here, but I still have healthy hair back there. So I was like, you know where you do like an undercut, like at the lower back? So like from this part, the whole lower section, I was like, I want it blonde there. This is what's left. Dead. It's fucking dead. The half of it is gone, obviously, because it broke. But what happened is, I think I'm sensitive to, like, I don't know, like chemicals, my hair. But it's weird because when I was younger, I used to do that all the time. I used to do it all the time. I think since I was like 14, maybe. I used to have like blonde everywhere. I used to have this and that. Like, I would do crazy shit with my hair, like for real. And I would have my hair like dyed red, and I would have a dip dye, and I would have this and that. And he put the dye in there. I think it was bleach, by the way. He put the bleach in there, and I was just sitting there. And then at some point, I felt it getting really hot, like on my back, because it was like back there. And I was like, that's not good. It's like the same thing that happened last time, you know? And I told them what happened last time with my hair here. And he's like, okay, okay. But then he was downstairs talking to some, like, the other hairdresser. So I couldn't call for him. There was nobody there. And I felt it just getting warmer and warmer and warmer. And then I heard it again. And I was like, no, not again. And I should have just, like, start screaming or, like, call earlier. But I was like, I feel like he knows what he's doing. Like, he's gonna come up soon. And I was just, like, in survival mode again, you know? I should have called him. I should have just went, like, help, whatever. It's my hair, you know? But I didn't. I just patiently waited for him to come up. And by the time he came up, like, 10 minutes went by. And in those 10 minutes, my hair was killed by the bleach. So he came, and I was like, hey, I think it's getting a bit hot. And he opened it, and smoke came out. And I was like, it's happening again, huh? And he's like, oh, and he sprayed, he sprayed cold water on it immediately. So he knew what he was doing, and he told me immediately, like, oh, it's damaged. It's like, I don't know what happened, the bleach, your hair is not reacting good at it. Like, we have to, take it out, like, as soon as possible. At least he did try and tell me everything. And then we washed it, and then he's like, yeah, it's really damaged. I can feel it. And he tried to put, like, masks in there, like, nutritionist things in my hair to try to fix it. And obviously when he was brushing, stuff came out too. But he was, like, really careful. He was like, like, okay, I'm just gonna brush it a tiny bit, like, spray oil in it and stuff. And he really tried. Like, the woman with this, like, she didn't give a fuck. She was still, like, cutting other people while I was there crying over my shit, you know? And other people saw it, and they were, like, shook. They were like, what the fuck? But that man really helped me, and he was like, he was like, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna give you products, like, for free. You can, use it, try to repair it, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, I didn't sue them or anything. I did sue the woman, and I got my money. So I'm fine with that, because I know my hair will grow back. My hair is so strong, so resilient, so thick. Like, it will grow back. And it did. It did. Like, you can't even see what happened. But, yeah, I do notice my hair is thinner. Like, where it happened, my hair is thinner. But, yeah, it is what it is. I still have the rest of my hair is thick as fuck. But that's when this happened. And it wasn't even... Because now it looks a bit pink. That's because I put purple in it. At some point, because it was so ugly at some point, because I had, like, obviously, like, my own hair, undyed hair was growing again, and then this would be, like, this first part would be, like, a bit orange, and then this would be blonde, but then you can see that it's very dead, and right now you can see that's very dead again, but when it was purple, you couldn't really see it that well, because it's like, it was a really dark purple. But yeah, I knew it was gonna fade at some point, but I was like, okay, I'll just deal with it. And I just let my hair grow. And after this happened, I was like, okay, I'm never dyeing my hair again. If I'm dyeing it, it's when my hair is this length, right? And if I want to have, like, a fox color, where you dye literally this part that's already dead. So I would the next time I'm like, oh, I need to dye my hair, I'm gonna do this part. I'm gonna do the part that's already dead, and I'm gonna dye it, like, orange or something, or purple. And if it doesn't work out, we just cut it off. It's not that hard. Because what's this on my hair? Like, nothing. I feel like those hairdressers should have cut a piece and dye it before they went ahead and like, put bleach into my hair. I feel like that's something like that's a procedure that all hairdressers should do if they work with bleach. Especially if it's like a big part of your hair, you know? I feel like this is a pretty big part. And unfortunately it did, you know, a lot of breakage. It see how much actually, like, how much is gone on both sides. And obviously this is really thin right now because it just broke. But I must say I haven't been taking care of this that much because I'm like, oh, it's already dead, whatever. I'm just gonna wash it and just brush it, and whatever dies and falls out, falls out. Like, I don't really care anymore at this point. And so now I'm thinking, because I'm starting to get sick of this length again, which happens every year or every 2 years because I let my hair grow after I cut it. Because literally in 2023 I had it cut up until here, and after that I even had another haircut. So I don't know, it just grows real fast. Lately I've been really obsessed about bangs, so I really want bangs. So I'm gonna cut bangs. I'm just not sure what type of bangs yet, okay? Like, I'm thinking about 2 types. So first of all, I'm gonna cut my hair. I'm gonna cut my hair up until I think around like a medium length, maybe. Like, I'm gonna remove this much. So maybe up until here. So I can still put it up in like a ponytail. Or braid it, because that's really important to me, because I'm gonna go to Hawaii again. It's gonna be hot. I don't want my hair everywhere, so I want to be able to tie it up, braid it, whatever. I think this is a tiny bit too short for that, so I think this is fine. This is like medium length, and with my hair like this, it will grow real fast, you know, like, I'm pretty sure. Also, this is where it's like really thick still, and here it's really thin, because obviously the hair breakage, you can see that. So then you'll only see this part. Like, my hair grew pretty fast already. You'll only see the tiny bit that's left from the coloring. And then I want bangs, and I'm not sure if I want like the full-blown bangs, you know, where it's like this. Okay, this is the best I can do, guys. Like, I can't, like, full-blown bangs, or even lower, or a bit higher, just above my eyebrows. Like that. Or I'm gonna go for the side bang. That's like that. But I don't know how side bangs look. I think it's gonna be like a bit like that. I kind of like it both. I'm just sick of this being this length, me putting it behind my ear, and then my ear coming forward. Like, I have ears like that, and it's heavy on my ear as well. But yeah, I'm gonna see. I think I'm gonna do it within a week, because I'm so tired of this. I'm really tired, like, literally. Like, it's heavy, you know, not being able to put it up in a ponytail anymore because it gives me migraines, not being able to sleep with it down because I lay on it, not being able to put it up in a clip because the clip breaks in the middle of the night. So I have to do something about it, guys. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not dyeing my hair again. If ever I'm going to, it's gonna be the end, the dead part of my hair. It's going to be like this part. only when my hair is longer as well. So, you know, I can just cut that off if it doesn't work out, and it wouldn't matter. This matters. It's like so close to your scalp. It's literally on your scalp, by the way, both times. But yeah, that was a bit of my story. I'm gonna show you guys. Maybe you can see it when I show you like this. You see that? It's damaged as hell. You see that? Like, it's literally falling apart. Literally. So yeah, that was my hair story. See you guys later.